Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Birds vs. Boys YouTube channel. Kmess here. We are talking off-season Dallas Cowboys. Aiden has been talking off-season Philadelphia Eagles. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel right here, Birds vs. Boys Pod. And make sure you follow us on Twitter's Birds vs. Boys Pod, as well as subscribe anywhere you listen to your podcast. That's where you will get full episodes. But right here on our YouTube channel, this is where you will get short clips from myself about the Dallas Cowboys, from Aiden Powers about the Philadelphia Eagles, from both of us about perspectives on both teams, as well as top class interviews. So thank you for clicking. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Tell your friends and tell your families. Birds vs. Boys is not only for Birds fans, it's not just for Boys fans. We are an all out NFL podcast. But right now, I am bringing you my top three Dallas Cowboys that are under the microscope heading into and during the 2023 NFL season. These are the players that the media will have the most hype about writing articles and talking about. Not only the national media, which we know the Dallas Cowboys get nothing but top, I don't want to say praise, but top airtime, no matter it's good, no matter it's bad. And us as Dallas Cowboys fans, trust me, we don't love this. I wish that anytime that I click a national media like ESPN, I wish they were talking more about, I don't know, the Jets. And maybe this year they will, now that Aaron Rodgers is there. One can only hope. But I am talking about the top three Dallas Cowboys that the media will be talking about all season long, that the fans will be talking about all season long, whether it's a player that needs a bounce back season, somebody that a contract is looming, or players that just simply need to show up not only to benefit themselves, but this roster for them to have a chance to go further than they continue to go, whether it be the wild card round or the divisional round, which they haven't gotten past since, I don't know, 1995, 1996. All right. So the top three Dallas Cowboys under the microscope heading into 2023. Number three for me is Tony Pollard, right? He is now the bona fide number one running back on this team. We know that he has been that for the past couple of seasons, but now Zeke is gone. Hopefully, gone for good. Hopefully, they don't bring Zeke back. I am one of the people that, rip the Band-Aid off. Don't try and put the Band-Aid back on. It's over. It's done. Move forward. I think Ronald Jones at this point in his career is a better running back than Ezekiel Elliott, and they got Deuce Vaughn in the draft. It's time to move on. And you've invested in Tony Pollard, right? And this is why he has the microscope on him. Not only is he now the bona fide RB1, he got the franchise tag, right? He got $11 million for 1 year. And this is more than he would have gotten on the open market, right? We saw what the free agent class got or didn't get in terms of contracts for these running backs. And like I said, Zeke is still sitting out there. No team has jumped, and no running back got a massive deal that they were hoping for. I mean, even Austin Eckler is staying with the Chargers now after almost demanding a trade because he wanted more money. He's getting, what, $2 million more? Running backs in this day and age just aren't getting what they used to because the position is devalued. But Tony Pollard got that franchise tag, whether that's good, whether that's bad. That is going to loom large on his back, right? He has been the darling for the coaching staff, for the media, for the Cowboys fans because of the flashes that we see, right? We see the speed, we see the elusiveness. He did get to carry the ball more than he had in years past, so the durability issues were kind of checked off, right? Through the season, he did a good job until obviously the playoff game against the Niners where he broke his leg. And that's another reason why he's under the microscope. Not only is he the bona fide RB1 now, but he's coming off a broken leg. And it's not an ACL. There was no other structural damage like Dak had when he broke his leg. It should be a pretty clean recovery for him. So he shouldn't have too much of an issue. But, will he be that same player? We just don't know. And he is playing for another contract, right? Whether that be with the Dallas Cowboys or with another organization in the NFL. I mean, this is his time, right? Some fans out there wanted the Cowboys to try and get a Bijan Robinson. Logical people knew that was never going to happen. They weren't going to move up, and he wasn't going to last to 26. But that just shows you right there that the running back room has been talked about so much. Like I mentioned earlier, they brought in Ronald Jones, and they did draft my guy Deuce Vaughn, which I'm very happy about. But I'm very excited to see what Tony Pollard brings, and also he's going to be under my microscope, right? We'll see what type of offense Mike McCarthy brings. We know that he wants to run the damn ball more. So, what does this mean for Pollard? So, that is my number 3 player under the microscope, running back 1, Tony Pollard. The player under the microscope, number 2 for me in the Dallas Cowboys heading into the 2023 season, it is Trevon Diggs, another player that is playing for a contract, right? It's time for him to continue performing and to perform at a high level to earn another contract with the Dallas Cowboys. He is that boomer bust guy, right? He had 12 interceptions. He led the league, but then PFF is saying that he gave up the most yards in the history of the NFL. So it's people love him, people hate him. Sami Fehoko beats him during training camp. People go wild, but then he bounces back. But then he drops a big interception that could have been the turning point in the playoff game against the Niners. So he is the bona fide CB1, but then they also brought in now Stephon Gilmore. So it's not like teams are now just going to not throw at Diggs. When you have a guy like Gilmore on the other side, he's going to get tested more. So it's time for him to step up. He is always being criticized by the media, by the fans, and especially by fans of other teams that just call him trash, call him garbage. The second round pick out of Alabama, I think, is going to have a great season this year, and he needs to not only to help Dan Quinn's defense do what they want to do and kind of be the force of this team, because we don't know what the offense really is going to be this year. So the defense is going to have to strangle out teams, and Trevon Diggs shutting down one side of another offense that they're facing each week is going to be a big part of that. And like I said earlier, he is playing for a contract. So that is another reason why he is majorly under the microscope in 2023. And my number 1 player under the microscope during the 2023 NFL season for the Dallas Cowboys, I mean, who else would it be? It has to be Dak Prescott, right? What kind of bounce back season is he going to have? If you remember last year, of course you do, he got injured in the first game with that thumb. He did not look good in that first game at all against the Bucks. Broke his thumb, came back quickly, played okay, but led the league in interceptions, right? Something that is not normal for Dak, and led the league in interceptions while playing less games than most quarterbacks, which is never a good thing. And then he absolutely balled out against the Bucks and Tom Brady in Tom Brady's last ever NFL game. We think probably his best game of his career, his moment. And then he has a complete dud the next game against that bona fide number 1 defense in the league against the Niners on the road. He did lose his playmaker in Tony Pollard, and then there was basically no other playmakers around him. It was the CeeDee Lamb show, and that was it. And they really haven't done that much to improve the offense. Yes, I love the addition of Brandon Cooks. Like I said, I think Deuce Vaughn is going to help this team out, and I think they're going to feed Tony Pollard. But we'll see what other guys, how they step up, how Michael Gallup bounces back. He could also be one of these players. I think he would probably be my 4th player on the list of guys under the microscope. And how are guys like Jalen Tolbert going to help Dak out? But Dak needs to take a stranglehold on this offense, on this team, and lead from the front. There is no other option for the money that he's making, for being the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys and coming off a season leading the NFL in interceptions. It's just not acceptable. He needs to have a bounce back season. He needs to lead this team not only to the playoffs, but take down the big bad Philadelphia Eagles and take the next step, which is getting this team to an NFC championship game. It is a must under this Dak Prescott career that he is moving forward. gets his team not only to an NFC championship game, but possibly to a Super Bowl and possibly winning one. He is the number one player under the microscope heading into and during the 2023 NFL season for the Dallas Cowboys. For more videos like this on the Dallas Cowboys, check out me on Twitter, Kmess22, as well as subscribing here to the Birds vs. Boys Pod Twitter. For videos on the Philadelphia Eagles, make sure you follow Aiden Powers on Twitter, my co-host, and right here on the Birds vs. Boys YouTube channel. And for everything Birds vs. Boys, follow us on Twitter, Birds vs. Boys Pod. Follow our TikToks, as well as subscribing anywhere you listen to podcasts. That's where you will get our full audio episodes. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments below of what players you think are the most under the microscope heading into and during the 2023 NFL season for your and my Dallas Cowboys.